Yo, what's good? Hope all is well. Hope you're having an amazing day. Man, I just wanted to get on here real quick and just say, hey, I see now why people stay. I see now why people just, you know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to stay. Because this road ain't for the weak. This road ain't for the weak. Man, it's so much pain associated with this road. And it's hard. It's really hard. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's freaking just, oh, you get out and things just turn just magnificent. Heck no. It ain't easy, man. But like I said before, it's necessary. You wake up some days and you feel like, okay, here we go again. You wake up some days and you feel like, man, I miss being around my kids. I miss all of this stuff. And then you find yourself, especially when you find yourself being distracted by other things. You find yourself being distracted by opportunities to go places. And then you wake up in those places. I mean, cool places, really no harm at all. But you wake up there and it's like, man, wish I was with my kids. Man, you know. Because since I've been on this journey, like, it's not that I haven't, like, had people around me. I've had my friends around me. The hobbies that I continue to do kind of keep me doing other things and going places and stuff like that. But I still feel empty. I still feel empty. I still feel like something is missing. You know, I was listening to a message this morning and the guy was talking about you being in a season like of mourning. It's exactly what it feels like. Feels like mourning, man. Feels like you've lost someone. And to be honest, you lost yourself. You lose yourself in this stuff. You lose yourself in these situations. You have to pretty much bury the old man. What was will never be again. And you have to be okay with that. That's the hardest thing to come to grips with. You won't be that parent that's at home with your children full time anymore. You won't be the husband that does this or does that. You won't be the wife that wants, floating your roles and stuff like that. You won't do it. It's done. And you lose your identity. That's why this reminds me. Now, I've never been incarcerated, thank God. Never been locked up, none of that stuff. Never spent time behind bars. But this has to be what getting out of prison is like. You serve somebody a 20-year sentence or a 20-year marriage per se. That sentence ends. They release you. And now you're out to find, like, how do I go from here? How do I go from here? And you start mourning what you used to experience. You don't know who you are now because you're free. You've been in captivity for 20 years. Now you're free. It's the same with a relationship, man. When you get out of a toxic relationship and you have to start basically from scratch. You've been conditioned over the past 20 years to be someone that all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're no longer that person. You can't flow like that. You lose your identity. And what the enemy wants to do is to make you feel condemned about certain behaviors that you may have while you're going through this transformation. You don't know who the heck you are. Like, you really lose your identity. Like, I was a father. Well, I am a father. But husband, at home, doing what needs to be done, taking care of kids. Been doing it for, my baby girl's 26 years old. Well, my oldest, 26 years old. Been doing it for a long time. Matter of fact, I was doing it even before then. So let's say 29 years, basically. I'm 46. I started early. My entire life has been do this, do that. All about other people, this and that, just being at home, being everything I need to be as a father or as a spouse with the best of my ability. And that life was taken from me. That's over half of my life. Now I gotta start over outside of that guy. And this guy that I am now, I gotta accept this guy. I have to accept this guy. That's why I said it's not for the weak, man. It's not for the weak. You can watch videos, you can do all that kind of stuff, man. But until you are flowing in your OJT, on the job training, until they didn't put you out there on that piece of equipment and you got to do it for yourself, man, it ain't for the weak. It ain't for the weak. And you have to rely on a strength greater than you. You have to. There is no way you can make it outside of relying on a power that's greater than you. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but you can't make it. Not successfully. Not out of this. Without relying on some strength greater than the strength you possess, man. I wake up some mornings and I'm just met with what's probably depression. You just wake up and you just like, and you start crying. Because you challenged with the worst thing that could happen to you, man, is dealing with a narcissist, and they know exactly how to hit you and where to hit you at, man. They already beat you down, discard you, especially when you got children with them. So they beat you down the whole time you're in a relationship with them, slowly emasculating you, slowly devaluing you, all of this kind of stuff. Discard you, get you out in the world by yourself, hit your finances, and then life start happening around you. And then what that does is, now you hit my finances, you got me tied to a system now where I got to decide whether or not I try to even spend time with my children, or I get out here and make this money that you got this system targeting me for. So you just bound. You feel powerless. I'm just basically just sending my kids text messages. My kids ain't even out of state. And it's almost hard to see them because remember what happened. You cut me off from taking them to school, picking them up. Can't take my son to get his hair cut no more when I go to get mine cut. You stopped that. Strip me of my life. You strip me of my purpose. You strip me. Yet you want to be in my face smiling, You want to still be around my part of my life that really you should just let go. I've had to let go of the part of your life that you still want to be around, because now you want to be, you did help me with raising my children. That don't belong to you, but now you want to use that as an opportunity to be around and all of this kind of stuff, and you got to be at everything they got going on. And I'm supposed to act like ain't nothing. I'm supposed to act like ain't nothing happened. You tore me up, man. Ain't it messed up? How you can give these people your all, and their whole mode of operation is to destroy yours. Wow. Wow. And then you watch all these videos. Where they tell you how to deal with them. You basically don't say nothing. You basically just tuck your tail and go hide somewhere. You get off the radar. You get off the radar of the narcissist. You get off the radar. Yeah. And this just basically gives them the green light to go to the next person and sabotage their life. How wrong is that? You're not supposed to put them on blast. And I know this is the right way to do things, but when did we get to the point where we have to bow to evil? That's why the people that they dealt with before you, I know one in particular right now, man. I know this dude was probably a much better guy than he is today. He got to her first. And now, when he used to come around, he would just kind of cow down, stay in the background, don't say too much. It ruined his relationship with his son. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought he was a deadbeat. Because when I showed up, that's all I heard was what he was not doing. Until I found myself in the same freaking trap that he was in. Wow. It just ain't right. It ain't right. You going through life like an alien. Lost. And they just going on doing what they got to do. If it's anything like me, nobody really knows because I'm good at hiding it. I'm good at hiding the pain. My friends invite me to go out. I go out. We go places. I go places. I run. I'm the guy. And they don't even realize this guy right here. Would probably give anything for just 24 hours of just good. Just 24 hours of just good. Every move I make, how business is going with the business. When it's slow, I'm reminded of, man, I still gotta pay this woman, and I gotta live, and I need to try to make time for my children. I hadn't been making time for them. I haven't. I just haven't. I'm like, man, my son need me. My daughter need me. But I'm bound. I got another son. I mean, I wouldn't be moving the way I move for him if it wasn't for it being senior season, his senior year. So certain things I have to show up. I sit back and I think about, like, dang, those are the only times I even actually take off on a day. I've been working every freaking day with nothing to show for it. Just being honest. Every day. Nothing to show for it. I get up every day fired up about life. And it seemed like as soon as I step outside, I'm getting drop kicked by every circumstance and every situation, man. And yet I gotta be tough, put a smile on my face, do what needs to be done. So yeah, I'm about to hop off of here, but I love y'all. Hey, let's continue to let iron sharpen iron. Let's continue to lift each other up. Kudos to everybody that's fighting a good fight of faith right now, that's doing what they need to do. Stay in the course, because it ain't easy. My heart goes out to you, because it's not easy. And just to think, some people's situation is even greater than mine. And I speak blessings over you. And I just pray that all is well with you. I believe in you. And it's going to be okay. We're not quitting. Quitting is not an option. Quit is not an option. Quit is not an option. And we're so close to our breakthrough. That's why the heat is turned on so high. Because we're so close to our breakthrough. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.